Yo, what is up? Welcome to Pop Culture. Welcome back to Pop Cultures, episode 6. I actually wanted to start today with an very interesting and important thing from the news and roll through some different things. I have a whole list of shit to get through today. A lot of fun stuff. It's going to be pretty action-packed. So I started... Before we get into it, I wanted to tell you that I started a Muay Thai class. You get a free week at Uprise MMA, just a couple blocks down from my place, which is cool. So yesterday I did the sauna in the morning, and in the evening I went down. I started my first day. Yesterday was just conditioning. It was just conditioning. It was Muay Thai conditioning. So we did push-ups and burpees and drills with the pads with a partner, so like speed kicks and combo drills. It's like an hour, maybe a little longer, pretty much just like an hour or longer fucking cardio workout. It was insane. I was beat to bits. It beat me up so bad. Oh, by the way, this is a cool recorder or microphone that my roommate Rory's let me borrow because he does sound. So that's great. That's perfect. That's fantastic. So this is a sick fucking thing here that I'm using. And I'm ripping a little bit of this THC Benjamin. This is the hybrid. I got an indica and a hybrid cart, and in the daytime I kind of rip the hybrid pretty much. Just felt like loosening up to do the episodes, so I'm kind of just ripping away. So yeah, that fucking gosh dang, oh my gosh, that Muay Thai conditioning was intense. It was really fun. I can't wait to get into striking and sparring, and but it was so intense. I felt like I was like about to throw up pretty much the whole time. So hardcore. And speaking of throwing up, I threw up a bunch about maybe 30 minutes ago. I threw up a whole bunch because I didn't eat dinner last night because I don't really remember why. I was just tired as fuck, and I didn't really have anything readily available to eat in the kitchen. I need to go to the grocery store. I got potatoes and ground beef and some onions, and that's like pretty much it. And I didn't want to cook, and I was like, fuck it, I'm whatever. I don't care. I just want to go to fucking bed, and I did. So something along those lines is what happened. And so this morning I wake up and I'm just so damn hungry. I go down to the corner store, and I just have zero self-control, and I buy a brioche bun gas station cheeseburger, and I buy 2 snack packs with meat and cheese and fucking crackers and olives. And I buy a fucking almond butter refrigerated protein bar. You know the ones. And then I bought... This isn't a problem, but I bought kombucha and water, which I need to get drinking. Keep drinking. Because, get polyps. You ever had polyps? Hemorrhoids? Your butthole? It sucks. It's the worst. It's a hydration thing. Really. So funny. My fucking friend Sebastian told me that. I had it for the longest time. Like, and it got really bad. I got like really bad internal hemorrhoids. And they got real bad. And were like poking out and hurting and sore and all fucked up. And I go to the doctor and they're like, you need to have them clipped. And we're going to go up in your butthole with a rubber band and put it around the hemorrhoids in there, and it's going to cut off the circulation. And so, like 2 or 3 times, you go in there and they stick this metal thing up in your butthole, and you're like, oh, that's good. That feels great, It doesn't. I didn't like it. And they fish around in there and tie a rubber band on the thing and cinch it real tight, and you're like, and you can feel it, and oh, good Lord in heaven. When all I needed to do was drink water, because even that didn't help. They did like 2 or 3 times, and then they came back, and then my friend Sebastian was like, bro, that's a dehydration thing. You just got to drink more water. And I started drinking more water, like a lot more water, and it went away. all I need to drink more. And and they're like, oh, you need fiber at the doctor's, And I'm like, okay, I get fucking fiber 1, and I realize like fiber 1, it's either like all they're trying to do is get you to drink water, because you got to take the pills, and the pills you got to take like fucking 5 of them 3 times a day, which is gonna take you like 3 full glasses of water in a day to do that at least, and or the powder kind, which again you put it in a full glass of water. They're fucking tricking you just into drink water, making you think it's the fiber from the fiber 1 that's making your hemorrhoids grow. It's not. It's all the goddamn water they're getting you to drink. And the doctor doesn't want you to know that either, because then you just go drink a bunch of water. You don't even go to the doctor and have them fucking fish around your asshole so you can give them fucking $10,000. It's fucking insane. And so, anyways, the kombucha helps a lot too. So like drinking a ton of water, and I've noticed kombucha like helps. So gotta drink a lot of water, so I'm fucking you have my asshole turn into an inside out sock puppet. It's not that bad, but it's if you've had it, you understand. You gotta stick it back up there with your finger, or something, or sit on your bicycle seat. Like it gets to the point that if I'm not drinking a lot of water, I'm dehydrated, and I start to get polyps butt. And it just is like wants to come out of the butt. The butt wants to turn it inside out. You gotta like stick it back up inside with the finger. And like I get to the point where I'm like in public, I'd rather just have someone see me to stick my fucking finger in my asshole standing on the street and give less of a fuck than just deal with the fucking inside out butthole. It's terrible. So I threw up, and that's also a disgusting thing, is that I threw up vomit because I fucking ate a bunch of fucking food from the goddamn gas station, and then I felt like terrible, and I didn't want to feel that way, so I stuck my finger on my throat and threw up. So the first thing, anyways, I wanted to talk about for today's episode, whatever. Look at this. This was in the news, and I want to talk about it, and I'm going to first, before we get into all of the nonsense that I have planned for today. So this is crazy. Something happened in Serbia, if you didn't already know about it, during a protest. The protest was about a train station canopy, a big concrete canopy at some train station in Serbia fell on a bunch of people and killed like 16 people. And so they had a protest, and the prime minister like resigned, and like 13 other people got sacked. About like corruption, and because of like corruption and like accountability for that among the people in the government, for the shit falling down on people's heads that's not like properly maintained and upkept. So that happened, and there's a big silent vigil that was held in Belgrade, and that was the police. They are allegedly used a sound weapon on the protesters. All right, so check this out. So, like, weird and scary. Everybody's having their silent vigil, and then this crazy noise happens, and everybody's, like, running away from it and freaking out, and people were injured in that scuffle.
Ein mysteriöser Vorfall sorgt derzeit in Belgrad.
And then, so, this guy, right, there was a woman described what it was like. They said it's basically like a train or a plane that like was like hitting people that got hit by it. Said that it felt like a train. They got hit by a train or a fucking airplane. Or with this lady, it sounded like a plane flying right over your head and hitting you.
Es hörte sich an wie ein Flugzeug, das direkt über deinen Kopf fliegt und dich trifft. Ich kann es nicht wirklich anders beschreiben, da ich noch nie so etwas gespürt habe.
Can't really describe it any other way, as I've never felt anything like it before. Doesn't sound like it felt good. And then if you also take a look at this. Okay, now look at this. There's Earshot. There's this company or nonprofit or whatever, this organization called Earshot that tested an audio sample of the sound that happens against the sound of a vortex cannon, which is a particular type of sound weapon. There's actual sirens going off. I don't know if you can hear or not outside of my window right now, which I'd like to pass before I play this sound. So they're going to play a sample of the sound that happened. Versus a vortex cannon. Whoa. So yeah. There it is. And there's 3 different videos of it. That's a vortex cannon. So you can see that's strikingly or eerily similar. Of course, and I want to read you this article. It's short and it'll be quick. The government obviously denied doing it, but I mean, what was that? What was it then? Like, what was that? Also, there's a clip here of someone got of the police leaving the scene right before the sound happens. Because they didn't want to get injured, I guess, perhaps. So, here, watch.
Auf dieser Videoaufnahme sind mutmaßlich Polizisten zu sehen, die den Bereich kurz vor den Ereignissen verlassen, möglicherweise sich in Sicherheit zu bringen.
And they had LRADs, which are different than a vortex cannon, are 2 different things, but which is interesting. It's all very I don't know. Despite denials, just listen to this. Despite denials, Serbian government proven to have deployed sonic devices on March 15th protest. Belgrade. Serbian officials were forced to admit on Wednesday, 19th March, there was a long-range acoustic device on the streets of Belgrade on March 15th, which they had previously denied. However, they maintained that it was not used as a sound cannon against the protesters. The prosecution, which has launched an investigation into the event, has not provided an alternative explanation of the scenes at the protest. The largest protest in the history of Serbia on March 15th was marked by disturbing videos of the crowd abruptly dispersing from a street in downtown Belgrade during 15 minutes of silence for the 15 victims of the Novi Sad tragedy. Thousands of witnesses described a sound akin to a passing plane or a train descending on them, which caused significant distress, panic, and numerous injuries. The description has led to accusations of the authorities for using a form of acoustic device, specifically the so-called sound cannon, LRAD, long-range acoustic device, against the crowd. The use of such a device is illegal in Serbia. Protesters have accused the government of attempting to cause a stampede, which was luckily averted. Many have since described the event as a state-sponsored terrorism. Multiple inconsistencies in the official story. The government official immediately denied that the LRAD was used on the protesters. Ivica Dačić, Minister of Interior and long-term coalition partner of the ruling Serbian Progressive Party, said on March 17th that the police had never used a sound cannon or illegal devices, nor will it. Okay, yeah, sure. Representatives of the Serbian army and the security services also denied having used a sound cannon. However, media reporting on the coming days confirmed that there was more to the story. On March 18th, Ivica Dačić confirmed for the Daily Danas that the Serbian police did buy long-range acoustic devices in 2021, but they had never been used and that they were boxed and located in storage. Okay, so they're like, yeah, we have them. They were there. We didn't use them, though. But before that, they were like, oh, we had them. They were just in storage during the thing. And then they're like, okay, no, yeah, they were there. They were there. But we didn't use them, though. Like, yeah, okay. And here's a picture of it. If you look here, there's there it is, a picture of that little gray LRAD on the front of that, on the hood of that thing, at the ministry building or whatever, government building, on the right by the street where all the people are at, having the vigil. The publication of the photo contradicted the statements of Orlik, director of the Security Intelligence Agency and former high-ranking member of SNS, it's almost over, the article, that nobody has noticed any device that can be called sound cannon or anything similar on March 15th, including next to the National Assembly of Serbia. Well, there's a picture of it. 2 additional media reports on March 19th raised further suspicions that sound devices were used against the protesters. First, Daily Dana's published a statement from an anonymous police member who claimed that other LRADs, including the ones not attached to the vehicles, were also present at the protest. We were also told that the device was placed in or next to the presidency, as well as that the tractors parked around Pioneer Park were placed precisely to deflect the impact of the cannon if the cannon were to be used, because our people were also in the park, he says. People who reported to have felt the impact of a sound device were located in the vicinity of the presidency. Furthermore, on March 19th, BIRN published an article in which it claims that, according to its sources, a device similar to the sound cannon was already used in Serbia in November 2023 against refugees who were forced by the police to leave a house they were located in the north of Serbia. Also on March 19th, the manufacturer of the long-range acoustic device, Genesis Inc., published a statement claiming that the video and audio evidence we have seen and heard thus far does not support the use of an LRAD during the March 15th incident in Belgrade, Serbia. This company cited findings of the NGOs CRTA and Earshot, who, based on the preliminary analysis, concluded that a vortex ring gun might have been used. Whether anybody in Serbian security apparatus possesses this device remains unknown. So they don't even know if anybody has a vortex gun, which is what Earshot, which we just looked at, set the audio clips to. But they have LRADs, which are different than a vortex gun, but maybe sound similar. I don't know how that sounds. Whatever. It's all very interesting, and obviously the Serbian government hit the Serbian police seem to have hit these people with a sound gun. Seems pretty obvious. Scary and weird thing. Kind of crazy. Pretty weird. But that's that. With that out of the way, then we can look at some different stuff. I got a bunch of different stuff. And have you guys heard about this fucking kid, Lil Macy? Is a big influencer right now, I guess. This fucking kid is so strange. And it's so awful. It's just so bad. It's upsetting. Here he is. Here you go. This is weird. It's so strange. I don't know what's wrong with the world. This is pretty much, I don't know what we're doing to kids these days. It's not good. If you look at this kid, he starts off not that bad. Kind of funny, just a kid, rich kid, I guess. He's.
Did you start?
Yeah.
Everybody, I know they're mad because I'm in the Gucci store. Look, see? I'm probably gonna buy everything on this whole rack. I probably will. I just don't know yet because my stepgrandma is still grounding me, so she's...
There's no recording in this store.
Well, I'm doing it anyway.
So, that was not that bad. He's got a shtick. He's got a thing. He's got a little character that he's done, and it's kind of funny, I guess. It's not whatever. It's just it's got a little influencer kid. Whatever. No big deal. It's kind of funny. But then, if you keep going and you look at this kid, he's really sort of strange. In this video, he's hanging out with this girl. And this is his whole thing. This is his real thing, is this noise. It just makes a high noise. And, it's just frustrating that, why do people like this? It's really popular. I guess just a bunch of kids, Can I get to the end? So, what the fuck? This kid is what? Too old to be making a fucking baby voice.
It's comeback season!
Just weird. That's weird. I don't like it. And then the real problem that I have with this is him doing this.
Lo Macy, what are you doing with that lotion and toilet paper? Oh, I'm just using the lotion for the OF video I'm about to go make in the closet.
But what the fuck, dude?
Flo Macy, what are you doing with that lotion?
What in the actual fuck, dude? We have
Flo Macy,
fucking.
why is that banana in your mouth?
Because imagine it wasn't a banana, and imagine it was Nest the Kid's meat in my mouth. And if y'all want to see that, y'all can go look at all that on my OF. So yeah, if y'all want to go look at all that, go do it.
Like, what in the fuck, dude?
Well,
That's like
Macy, why
just
is that-
disturbing. It just upsets me. And the OF link doesn't work. This person wants to see it, and they can't. And maybe it's a joke, and I hope it is. I fucking hope it is. Because if you go to fucking. Like, it's just frustrating that what is wrong with the world. That we got little kids making baby voices and getting famous and showing each other them blowing each other's little kid dicks. Like, what the actual fuck? It's so strange. The world today that we live in. Like, what the hell? This kid is like the devil's spawn. This is evil. Look at it. Because this fool has got OnlyFans. Everyone's got an OnlyFans. OnlyFans should be fucking illegal at this point. Look at this. I may be skinny, but my dick is fat as fuck. Ness. These fucking kids. It's disgusting. It's fucked up. It's out of hand. I think that OnlyFans should be like illegal for certain age groups or just something, because that's out of hand. It's fucking disgusting and terrible thing. It's really upsets me. But look at this. Remember that sound cannon we were talking about? There's something called a fucking Lorentz plasma cannon. I've discovered after like learning about a sound cannon, somehow this popped up, and this fucking guy designed it. He's like, hey, look, I built this fucking lightning cannon. He's like, I'm the guy that built it. So I can get the fucking.
Have you ever wanted to throw a lightning bolt at something?
So yeah, whatever. This fool is like,
turns out,
well,
it's
guess what?
quite possible to do.
I built
Today
it.
we're going to fire this directed energy device that I built a while back.
Oh, cool. Yeah, sick. So he's like, I used to fucking live at this
Anyone built
place.
such a thing.
Why would you build it? You know, like, why would you build it? He's like, well, because I lived at this fucking insane place where we made weapon monsters from a video game. And he shows you, like, what in the fuck? It's a place called Survival Research Labs. And this is what they were working on. Crazy. And so here's the thing. He goes on to teaches you about it. You go watch this video, and here it is. And I don't understand it exactly. You'd have to watch it again. I don't know what that first little piece is that comes out and hits.
Went around it and connected directly with the deflection circuits inside. Those circuits then launched through with a full 210,000 volts on the bank. 3, 2, 1.
So that exists. It's basically just a lightning bolt. It's like this tower generates the same amount of volts found in natural lightning and shoots it at the TV there. So that's something that exists. Now I want to play Deep Sea Creatures. Yeah, I found this video and was watching it, and it ripped my mind in half over and over and over again. These are called comb jellies. I thought it said cone jellies before. Comb. Like you comb your hair with it. Like when you wake up in the morning. These are called comb jellies. And look at that. Imagine that. You found that. This is a little jellyfish, and those are his tendrils. It puts them out like a net to catch fish. I don't know how big that thing is. Probably about as big as a regular jellyfish, I guess. But I guess they went down there in a submarine, and they have little cameras. They showed it at the beginning, the deep sea equipment. There's a comb jelly. Whoa. Whoa. And they have the little lights zipping around on them like that. An alien thing. This is like an alien in outer space, right? That's what we're looking at. Like if you go down into the bottom of the ocean and you don't understand, if you're like living down there, right, and you don't have any reference comparing it to on land and air, it might as well be outer space. You're not in water. Like if you're in there, it's like you're zipping. Water's just a different molecule. It's just a denser version of atoms structured together than air, oxygen is. So it's not like, it's water different than what this is. It's different thing. It's like it's the same. It's same but different. Look at that one. Look at that comb jelly. With fucking lights zipping down it. What in the fuck? You're telling me that's an animal that? Oh my god. Look at this one. This one's not even a shape. It's just a bunch of dust or something. It's like this is a thing from planet Earth? Sure. What? It rips my mind just into teeny tiny little bits. It's fucking stupid. Oh, gosh. My back. I need to roll out my back. I didn't do it this morning in my neck. Look at that thing. I have pain in my upper back. I got upper back pain. It goes away more or less the most when I work out like a lot. And every day, exercise. Every day. Gotta roll it out and exercise. So this is, this exists. This is real. It's like something out of your dream. Looking at it, it's whoa. This is like a squid with like a burlap sack for a body instead of tentacles, and it's all glittery, and I've never seen anything like it. Not at all. It's like frightening how different that is. It's just something about it rips my mind into bits. Goodness gracious. That's my favorite one. This one's my favorite one from the whole video. I think those are eggs on it. I'm not sure. The lady says something about it and eggs, and it's like a mama. So those might be eggs covering it. Gosh, it's so beautiful. This called the something squid, black-eyed squid. Yeah, that one's cool. That's my favorite one. Things like this, like that. What the that exists way down deep in the. It's not even that deep too. The ocean only goes down to like 2 miles deep, pretty much. Look at that. That's a siphonophore, I suppose. And it's a bunch of little guys all attached to like the same body. They all a bunch of little individual dudes make up one big dude, basically, and they clone themselves repeatedly as they die and are essentially immortal because of that. And there's one fish that makes its tail look like one of these, but it's not one of them. And the reason it does that is because these are dangerous to eat to certain predators, because each one of these little dudes on there has a different job. Like the ones on the back that kind of are like fins and can move it around, and the ones that some of them I'll make like a little electrical zap or that for something to try to eat them. on the ones on the edge, on the outside. And so certain predators can't eat it. And so one of these fish down here, if I can find that, makes its tail look like one of these guys. And that's really interesting because it already is very trippy that animals are able to evolve certain traits. It's like a game to them. It's like, oh, this thing wants to eat me. I guess I'll look like a stick so it can't see me. Again, because I live in sticks, or a leaf because I live in leaves, or I'll make my wings look like an eyeball of a predator that thing can't get. Like, how the fuck does it do that? Natural selection doesn't explain that. It's like, okay, yeah, the butterflies that had the wings with the looked like eyeballs on them, they survived, and the other ones didn't. So the ones with, that's how they got the eyeballs on the wings. Like, no, how did they do it in the first place? How did they come up with that and then execute it? What? How? Doesn't make sense. What the hell? How do you answer me that? Answer me that. And so it's interesting down here that it's even more of a game. It's even more playful and obvious that an animal's like, oh, you literally, it's as simple as, you can't eat this thing. Okay, I'll make myself look like it. And that is how? What is that about? Here it is. Look at that. You see? He's got his tail. It's another squid, a cephalopod that imitates a siphonophore. So that predators that can't eat siphonophores will not attack that cephalopod. Or squid. Is that how we get him? Real quick. Get a quick look at that guy. I guess this is kind of the same guy. Look at that. Wow. So that was Deep Sea Creatures. That was a fun game. I feel like it makes you that I feel my like my brain is mush now. Like my brain has been melted, and is about to pour out of my ears. That stuff is crazy. Stuff is wild. The rest of the stuff I was going to show you is just unhinged and retarded and fun, but completely different. Yeah, the rest of what I had planned for today is a different vibe entirely. And I think that was kind of like 30 minutes, probably. I showed you guys the LRAD at Belgrade in the news, and the police obviously denying it, but it being pretty evident that that's what happened. This weird kid, little Macy, like weird devil, demon spawn, antichrist, strange baby talking OF with his buddy having ass, weird ass, just makes rap videos with him, really strange and disturbing. Hopefully the OF is a joke. But there's some more cool, funny, weird guys. Just gonna get into some of my favorite influencers. But I'm gonna at least check and see how long this is at. Maybe just be a quick solo one. Oh, and the Deep Sea Creatures. That's right. That was the last thing we saw, was the cool Deep Sea Creatures. We played Deep Sea Creatures, my favorite new game. That's right. Love that. So, I don't know. Probably wrap it for today, to be honest. I had a lot to go through. I'm going to go ahead and just save it. So that was fun. I'm glad that you also had fun, probably. Hopefully. If you did, like, subscribe, hit the Patreon, whatever you want to do. See you next time.